managed to get this in the center, but it is kind of loose, the tube. So it does move around a bit if I manipulate it. So I manipulate it to the center, and this thing is now smoking like a bandit. So I have to tell the user to be very careful when they put the smoke unit in, try not to touch that tube there from the smoke unit. It already ran out of smoke, or smoke fluid, that is. And this is when it's moving. Right now, I have the motor disconnected, so you hear the chuffs, but it's not moving. But yeah, but so far so good. I just gotta play around with it a little bit more and see what it does. But so far, it's not melting, which is a very good thing. It's exactly what I want to see. Okay, I'm back with CJ's engine, and what we're going to do is we're going to actually replace again the smoke unit. We're going to replace it because it got damaged. I believe it got damaged. So the only way I'm going to find out when I take off the shell. And what I'm also going to do, I'm going to rebuild this smokestack. Now, how I'm going to do that? Well, first I got to make the hole larger to actually put these aluminum rods in. And I mean, this should work out fine. I just have to decide how large they're going to be and how they're going to be mounted. And also what I've got is, I have it somewhere. Do I have it under a box? Of course I have it under a box. Give me a second. Here we go. I bought some aluminum heat shield. Aluminized, or actually, it's a little dark here, aluminum heat shield adhesive. And this is going to go inside of the shell. Probably maybe the first quarter half of this shell here. I'm going to apply it. First I'm going to take off the, I do have aluminum already in there. I did tested it. I tested it before and it didn't work all that great. It did cool it down a bit, but I got something a little bit more robust. So that should be very interesting. And plus with the aluminum rods, aluminum, depending on which side of the pond you are from, how you pronounce it, yeah, that's going to replace this smokestack. And hopefully this works. I got to modify the smoke unit, the new one, so that it will actually, hopefully it will fit properly, which I did with this one. But I think the issue I was having was I accidentally hit that little stack there, where the smoke comes out. That little pipe is wrapped up with some wires, and there's two wires that goes to each end of the each side of the smoke box, and you had to be very careful not to damage it. I'll show you in the next segment. You gotta be very careful not to damage it, because once you damage it, this thing is not gonna. It's gonna be hit and miss. It will work. It won't work. You know, this is a very cheap design, and so I have to make the best of it. Now, the good news. It's kind of good news. It's a long time investment. I bit the bullet, and I bought myself a 3D printer. Oh, watch out, world! I had a choice either to buy something stupid or buy something that would actually um, make some money. But I'm going to attempt to design a smoke unit. Um, Something that will actually that will be better than what Bachmann is actually selling. You know, and I really don't like this smoke unit. I gotta be honest. I gotta be straight up and down. I just don't like this smoke unit. I think it's just a real cheap way. They just, I think, just getting a Sooth smoke unit um, and just modify the chassis would have been probably, and wire it a certain way, that would have been a better um, option than what they were offering with this thing. So that's here nor there. I mean, I just gotta make do with what I got. And also, I'm gonna change the lights. I'm gonna actually change the LEDs to much brighter LEDs. This thing got so small, has lights in the front. Um, but I'm going to change them to some 3mm LEDs, which are brighter. I mean, they already have 3mm, but I'm just going to get some better 3mm. And also, especially the rear. The rear is just terrible. This thing it's not even bright at all. It don't even light up anything. So, since I'm going to take this tender apart for the 100th time, because I have to, one, change the light, two, I have to solder the new connections, and that's going to be the next part of CJ's adventure, his engine. So I really want to get this running good for this young man. So he's really looking forward to it. So hopefully, probably in another week or two, this will be completed. It will be completed probably this week, but I need at least a week to test it and make sure that this thing will hold up. You know, that's the only thing that's slowing us down is the smoke unit. The smoke unit, it's not the best. So I mean, just putting one in and let it run, nah. It's not that simple. Especially when it run reliably. I want this thing to run reliably. So, coming up next is the disassembly of. I don't know what you're going to do first. I don't know. I should do this first, as opposed to this. Save the best for last. I'll do the tender first. I'll do the tender work first. Disassemble it again, and make the changes that need to be changed. Do the soldering, change the light. Also, I gotta address the issue with the decal. I gotta make a new decal for them, for CJ, and tidy up this here. I had to repaint it, part of it again. Because for some reason glue got on the side of it and just messed it up. So I sanded it down, smoothed it out. So I just gotta hit it with some more paint, and that'll be good. And then and clear coat this thing too. And very important, is clear coat this model shell so that the decals doesn't come off again. And also touch up the shell too. There's been some issues with it, so touch it up, make it look nice. Especially the yellow. So you can't see it on this side, but the other side looks pretty bad. You know, a lot of handling, and also the smoke oils actually wore off the yellow on the other side quite a bit. So I gotta fix that too. So there's a lot of little nickety knackety paddywhack fixes here and there. So all right, so we'll be back. Stay tuned. Oh, and one more thing. I had to wait for this to come in. The tube cutter. So that's here, so now I can cut the these little pipes or tubes or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna use this to cut this down to fit in there. I think it's gonna look good, to be honest with you. Actually gonna look better than the stock molding of this, in my humble opinion. How, you may ask, I'm gonna make this hole larger. The Wonderful World Dremels. I'm going to use this to actually widen the hole so I can actually fit this in. You know, so, yep, that's it.